You know, when we think about managing our wealth, our minds usually jump straight to charts, figures, and return on investment, right? But what if I told you the real key to financial planning isn't found in some stuffy boardroom, but in a car, during a simple, everyday family moment?
This right here, this single idea is the secret to completely reframing how we look at money. And it all came from a financial planner who had this incredible aha moment, realizing that the real point of his job wasn't in the spreadsheets at all, but in the future he was building for his family.
So, picture this. It's a scene I bet any parent out there knows well. A dad, who happens to be a highly qualified financial pro, takes a quick photo with his two sons in the car. Nothing special, just their fourth day of school, a totally routine, familiar moment.
And bam! Right there in that little car selfie, everything just clicked. All the complex lingo, the market analysis, the certifications, it all just faded into the background. Because the real reason for all that planning was sitting right there, next to him, smiling for the camera. That realization is exactly what we're digging into today. It's about shifting our focus from the cold, hard numbers of finance to the deeply personal why that actually drives us. And believe me, it's a game-changing shift in perspective.
I mean, look at the difference here. On one side, you've got the numbers, all the technical stuff like ROI, assets, figures. That's the what. But on the other side, that's where the magic is. You've got the why, the freedom, the opportunities, the legacy for the people you love. That's what gives all those numbers their meaning.
And this is where it all comes together. Your why transforms wealth from just some number you're trying to hit into a powerful tool. It's no longer a destination. It's the instrument you use to build the life you actually want, to give your family the security to explore, to learn, and to just thrive.
Okay, so knowing your why is one thing, but how do you actually put it into practice? How does this warm, fuzzy feeling turn into a concrete financial strategy? Let's get into the how.
It really boils down to two key pillars. First, you create a solid financial foundation. This is the bedrock, right? It's the practical stuff, managing debt, getting the right insurance, having that emergency fund that lets you sleep at night. Then, on top of that strong base, you can start to develop a meaningful legacy plan, which is all about looking toward that future you're so excited about.
And I know, legacy building can sound a little intimidating, maybe even a bit grand, but it's not as complicated as it seems. Really, it's just about being intentional, using things like wills, trusts, or college savings plans to make sure the people you care about are taken care of long after you're gone.
Now, it's no coincidence that the professional who shared this story has these exact credentials, CFP and CHFC. See, these folks are specifically trained to go way beyond the numbers. They're trained to understand a client's entire life and help families connect their financial plans to their deepest values, to their why.
This brings us to a really powerful metaphor that was right at the heart of that original car selfie post. It's such a simple, brilliant way to visualize your entire financial journey. It all starts with day 4. Think about that. Day 4 represents right now, today, the 4th day of school, the daily grind, the small, immediate realities of our lives. This is where every single plan begins.
But the plan is aimed at day 4,000. That's about 11 years from now. It represents that future we're working so hard for. The moment a child might be heading off to college, starting their first real job, or taking their first steps into the world on their own. And the critical thing to remember is this. The actions we take on day 4 are what make day 4,000 even possible.
The entire purpose of all this planning is simply to pave the road between these 2 points. It's about creating the financial security and freedom to navigate all those amazing milestones along the way, from the first day of school to that first taste of real independence.
All right, so as we start to wrap this up, the big question really turns back to you. How can you take this framework and apply it to your own life? How do you connect your plan to your purpose?
Look, if you remember anything from our chat today, let it be these 3 things. 1. Financial planning is not just about money. It is deeply, deeply personal. 2. Your why is the most powerful motivator you will ever have. And 3. The very best plans are the ones that build a crystal clear bridge between what you do today and the future you dream about tomorrow.
So I want to leave you with this question to really think about. What is your day 4,000? What does that long-term vision look like for you and the people you love? What future are you building right now with every choice you make today? And one last thought. If every financial decision you make is a word and every year is a chapter, what story are you writing? If your finances could tell that story, what would the title be?